Chapter 109. Before Qiao Jiajin could react, the man as solid as a mountain crashed hard into his lower abdomen. Then he wrapped his arms around Qiao Jiajin and pushed him backward continuously. Qiao Jin finally came to his senses. He stretched out wide and kicked backward, hitting the wall just right and stabilizing his body. Immediately after that, he threw out his fists and pounded on the other man's back without hesitation. After a few punches, Liu Jin suddenly realized that this big man seemed to have specifically trained. The muscles on his back were extremely tough. He changed his strategy on the spot and directly smashed down with his elbow. The loud crashing sounds kept echoing. Seeing that the big man still didn't react at all, he lifted his knee and slammed it hard into the big man's face. The big man immediately raised his right foot and blocked this attack. At this moment, the big man was also a bit puzzled. He had originally thought that this man was thin and weak and should be easily taken down in a few moves. However, the other person's every move was clearly not that of an ordinary person. He must have practiced martial arts too. His back was hurting from the punches. If he took a few more hits, he might get injured. Damn it! What are you all looking at? Come and hold him down for me! The big man roared. The people around saw this and quickly rushed over. Tijou exclaimed in alarm. He immediately surveyed the surrounding environment. In this situation, he could at most take down 2 people. But what about the rest? Even if those people were all taken down, what about Jiang Shan? Why did he suddenly attack Qiao Jiajin? Seeing people running towards Qiao Jiajin, Kanshaw immediately ran towards the nearest tables and chairs. He randomly pushed the tables and chairs into the corridor, forming a barrier, and then picked up another chair from the ground. Almost all the tables and chairs in the school were made of iron. It would be hard to get up if hit by these things. The 2 people in front of Kishar were blocked, but there were still people running in other directions. He could only clench his teeth and throw the chair hard in another direction, blocking 2 more people again. Damn it! Does this Qish also have a problem? Li Mad roared. Never mind him. First hold down that gadget guy. Several people directly bypassed Qish and ran in the direction of Qiao Jiajin and Jiang Shan. Qish frowned, feeling rather strange. Was their target only Qiao Jiajin? Let him go. Qish ushed towards the crowd, kicking down 1 person along the way. However, 2 fists were no match for 4 hands. Combat training at all. Facing this situation of being outnumbered, it was almost impossible to resolve it with just his wit. I'll hold Qisha back. You guys hurry up and catch him. A man suddenly hugged Qisha and shouted to the remaining people. Qisha gritted his teeth and directly grabbed the man's ear and then twisted it hard. Ouch! Ouch! The man screamed in pain. Let go! Let go! Let go! Seeing that the man was under his control, Qisha directly swung his arm and hit the man's throat with great force. The man immediately coughed dryly and fell to the ground, constantly making retching motions. Oh, you really want to piss me off. Qisha gritted his teeth and stared fiercely at the people around. You want to kill my teammates in front of me again? This time I'll do whatever it takes to stop you from succeeding. Qish or Ili went crazy. He smashed the window beside him with his elbow and then took down a long and thin piece of glass. His eyes were full of anger, as if he really wanted to kill someone. Seeing the man in front of them like a demon incarnate, several people backed away one after another, and no one dared to approach. Qisha no longer paid attention to the underlings and directly turned around and walked toward Xiang Xian. At this moment, Jiang Shan and Qiao Jiajin were hugging each other tightly. Neither of them could let go. Just when Qisha was about to attack Xiang Xian, a fat figure suddenly emerged from somewhere and hugged Qiao's waist at once. What the hell are you doing with that piece of glass? Are you going to kill someone? The fat figure shouted loudly. Xiang Xian, run! Qiao's face was extremely cold. He reversed his grip on the long and thin piece of glass and was about to stab at the fat figure. But when there were still 3 centimeters left from the other person, Qisha saw clearly what that person looked like. Then he froze all over and stood there in a daze. It was old Liu. The position where he was about to stab was exactly the position where the bald man had stabbed old Liu to death previously, in order to save himself. Old Liu had also rashly hugged the killer like this, but this time, it seemed that he himself had become the bad guy. What was the difference between the current situation and the corridor in that hotel? It was just that the killer had changed from the bald man to Qizhou. Was Qizhou really going to kill old Liu? Perhaps he could unconditionally kill anyone here, but not old Liu. He finally understood why Little Glasses back then, faced with the murderous black bear, still insisted on saving old Liu. At that time, Little Glasses had sworn, old Liu saved my life. I can't just leave him alone. Yes, old Liu was that kind of person. Now Qizhou was the same. Old Liu had saved his life, and he couldn't kill old Liu. Seeing old Liu biting his teeth and hugging him, Qizhou had no way out. All his strength had nowhere to go. After being stunned for a moment, the glass in his hand slowly dropped to the ground. Taking advantage of this opportunity, the people rushed forward and took out a rope and tied Tiao Jiajin up tightly. Damn it, Tiao Jiajin had really never seen such a scene before. What the hell are you guys doing? If you've got the guts, keep fighting with me. What's the point of getting a brute to keep hugging me? Zhang Shan saw that Tiao Jiajin was finally subdued and also twisted his waist with a pained expression. Chu Tianqun, you was really right. If you don't use deadly force, it'll take at least 7 or 8 people to hold you down. Hey, big guy, you seem quite good at fighting, but you're bullying the few with the many. Tiao Jiajin kept wriggling his body and shouted loudly, using deception, launching sneak attacks, and setting up blockade. Are you even a man? If you've got the guts, let me go and fight one-on-one. Let fate decide life or death. An embarrassed look appeared on Zhang Shan's face. I'm not here to compete with you in martial arts. Who's going to fight you one-on-one? Chu Yonghu, you said to tie you up. So I tied you up. It's as simple as that. Then let Chu Jianghu you fight me one-on-one. Tiao Jiajin was clearly enraged. It seemed that there were 6 words written on his face. A gentleman prefers death to humiliation. He would rather be knocked down to the ground than be tied up with a rope. Seeing that the man as crazy as a mad dog was tied up, old Liu slowly let go of his hands. He looked at the glass on the ground with some fear in his heart and then patted Qizhou. Qizhou turned his head to look at him, not understanding what was going on. Young man, you stopped just now, old Liu asked. Qizhou didn't know how to answer at all and was at a loss for words. It's really scary. You could have killed me. Sweat finally appeared on old Liu's forehead belatedly. I'm just repaying a favor. Qizhou shook his head. Uncle, don't hug others like this in the future. There are flaws all over. Can you change to a safer move next time?